You got problems. You need to get straight. You need a therapist. You know what you need? A therapist.
Let me take one more bite.
What you eating that soup?
Zupo Toscana. For your mama and your daddy. Make me fatty.
Your greasy granny.
And my tummy. Oh, and your greasy granny.
You ready?
1, 2, 3. Welcome back, guys, to You Need a Therapist podcast. I am not naked. I have on clothes.
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, leave the camera right there a little bit so the people know you're not naked with your titties out over there.
Naked.
What's that back there? Naked.
Vanessa. Y'all don't know where that's from? It's actually from, I have a friend whose uncle was on Cheaters. I might put it in the description. I have
Yeah.
a friend whose uncle was on Cheaters, and who was it? It was
Horace and Vanessa.
Horace and Vanessa. Child, y'all need to watch that. That shit is so funny.
Yeah. Shout out to
Anyway,
Cheaters. I don't know Peter Guns was doing Cheaters. He was the host. They had that nigga doing hosting Cheaters.
that's the right host.
You ain't lied. Yeah, that's actually probably a good job for him.
Make that money, honey.
And he got plenty of experience.
That's why I said that's the right. They chose the right one. Up next is Safari.
Oh, dang. Yeah. How are you, friend? How's your week? Let's do a mental check because, girl, how are you?
I want to quit my job every day, but I don't because I got bills to pay, and I can keep rhyming all day long. But I ain't because y'all don't want to hear that song. Anyways, I'm just out here looking for a sugar daddy because this military life is for the bird. I don't even think it's the military life. It's the managing of people. And I want to be like my friend Brooke and only manage systems and not people.
I feel like systems will be a lot easier for me.
They don't talk back.
You don't have to deal with emotions.
You ain't got to deal with emotions. Oh my God. It's
Oh,
just a lot. The
girl.
military is a lot. Yes. Oh no, I thought my phone was on. Sorry.
Mhm.
Why? Why? Okay, I'm putting this down. It's on do not disturb. I don't know how he was able to get through when it's on do not disturb.
Mm.
Oh, one of them people that press notify anyway. Can Android users do that?
I have no idea.
I
I don't
wouldn't
know
know
what
either.
it's like on that side of the world. I just know what it's like over here in iPhone land, and that's where I choose to stay.
Yes, I'm sorry for being distracted. How are you?
Girl, what a day. What a time.
To
What a
be
day,
alive.
what a time. Today I felt extreme overwhelm, stress, anxiety. Just today.
Put your fuck it hat back on.
Yeah, girl, literally got in my car today, like holding back the tears, trying to get through the parking lot so I can just get in my car and just like like that emotion, like when you're angry, like and you like in a heated like argument and
And
you
you
just
just want
need
to
to
cry.
cry to get it out. Like that's what it was. I just needed to cry to get it out. It wasn't that it was just like so bad, but I just had to like release to get that shit off of me because I was just so stressed today.
Yeah.
Like, and it's over stupid stuff per usual. Like, this is, I really am starting to think like this military shit is not good for your girl anymore.
Honestly, I don't think it's good for anybody, but there are people who are out here built for it now.
Like, how can you thrive in chaos all the time, bro?
Know people who do it, and I commend them because I cannot.
It's not like it's every other day, every other week. Bitch, it's every fucking day that
It's
these niggas thrive in chaos.
it's sink or swim every day.
That don't that's not good for your heart. It's not good like that
That's
shit.
why these niggas dying.
It is stressful. Bitch, I really may not re-enlist when this time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got some time, but
Well, you got options.
I'm really may not re-enlist. Like,
Go ahead and start looking at other things, other options. Go ahead.
bitch, building this resume up because I really don't think for my mental, for my health in general, that this life is going to fit my lifestyle
Yeah.
anymore. Not with
Mm.
what I want for myself and not with what I see for myself. Like, this work is not it. So I really need to figure something else the fuck out and the fuck soon. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, how was your holiday? We hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving and that y'all was able to get along with y'all families. This is a tough season dealing with families and setting boundaries for people coming in for the holidays. So hopefully
Mm.
it was good for y'all. I had a good one. I ate a lot.
What did I do? I didn't do anything actually on actual Thanksgiving. I did cook a little bit. It wasn't a Thanksgiving dinner. And then on Saturday, I went to a couple wineries, did that. But then
Okay.
that was it, child.
Mm.
That was it. Mm-mm. But
Well, hopefully y'all made it through y'all Thanksgivings and you had a good time and you enjoyed your loved ones.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
not you taking this big gulp.
Oh, this is one of the wines that I got at one of the wineries.
Oh, which one is that? And we back on the white. I thought we was switching over to the red.
Well, I got red too, but
Mm,
it smells so good. Anyways, this is a Chardonnay, and I typically don't like Chardonnays,
mm,
but this one I forgot how they make Chardonnay, but I think they put it in a wood barrel and let it like ferment and stuff, and then put it in a steel barrel too. I
mm-hmm,
don't think they put it in the steel barrel or something. They don't do something with this Chardonnay at this specific winery to give it this buttery taste that Chardonnay typically has. And it
mm.
tastes really good. It almost tastes like a Pinot Grigio to me. Who is that?
I think it's my work group chat.
See, both of us getting pinged by work right
You
now.
see that? You see.
Oh, child.
Chile, Chile, Chile.
Anyways, yes. So I wanted to talk about
What are we talking about today, girl?
girl, have you heard about Blair Underwood?
What about him?
Okay, first of all, I ain't heard about that man in I don't know how long, but he
Like,
is
what rock he done been up under?
right. I don't know. But in recent news, he is like everywhere, all over Twitter and everything, because he was married for 27 years, got divorced, and now he is married to his best friend of 41 years. And Twitter and the social media is in an uproar. Now, why I wanted to talk about this is to get your opinion on Blair Underwood being married for 27 years to his wife, getting a divorce, and then marrying his best friend. How do
Is
you?
his wife black? Well, the ex-wife black.
Her last name is DaCosta, so I assume not.
What's her first name?
Desiree.
That sounds like a black name.
I
He
feel
just
like
always felt like one of those guys that would be married to a white woman. And no shade to the people that are married to someone that's a different race, but he just always give me that vibe,
mm,
you know?
yeah, a little bit.
So you want to know my opinion on how I feel about this?
Yes.
Okay, so one part of me
She
is
look Hispanic or black. Black Hispanic. I don't know what she
like
is.
a, you know what? She might be from the islands or something because I think he's like from Trinidad.
Yeah, she does look like a West Indian or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
of that sort. I did not know he was from Trinidad. But
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain he is. But
irrelevant, but go ahead.
so part of me, like being a woman, wants to be like, okay, was this bitch plotting on me all these years? Like that's is I got like a little side eye, like,
Mhm.
wait a minute. Like, and then he was confiding in her,
Mhm.
probably telling a business. Like, this is one of his close friends for over 40 years. So at some point they have discussed their marriage with with each other. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's his
Maybe I
best
confused.
friend.
Yeah. But on the other side, like sometimes shit just shake out that way. You know? Um Honestly, it ain't none of our business. You asking for my opinion. I don't really see nothing wrong with it. But that's just me. I don't know everything. I don't know their business. I don't know their tea. On the outside looking in, it looked kind of crazy because
But why does it look crazy?
it just looks crazy to me because they were married for so long and they were friends for so long. Like, I don't know. 27 years is a long time to be married to somebody
Mhm.
and then get divorced and then just all of a sudden marry your BFF. Like, it just made me think that something was going on before that point in my mind, before they got divorced.
I don't know.
Or maybe it was like some underlying like
I feel like
romantic chemistry.
I would just feel like it could go several different ways. I don't know. I clearly I feel strongly about it because like my closest friends, like some of them are guys, right?
Yeah.
But I always get in this. I get torn because us as I feel like as women we get so territorial about like he mine, can't nobody else look at him this way, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. But then me personally, like if I was married for 27 years and he we ended up divorcing and he married his best friend. One, yes, I will be hurt. So I won't deny the hurt in that to be like this woman has been around me
And
this
probably
whole
is her
time
friend also.
and probably is her friend also. So yes, I would be hurt. But I think too, like from kind of from a logical standpoint in my head, that we cannot help. Yes, we can help who we love, but like we just can't be. First of all, y'all are divorced, so you can't be so headstrong about who this man dates after you. Like
Yeah,
I
now
don't know.
that I agree with. Like, y'all divorced. It's who he choose to date after you is
And
none of your concern anymore.
right. And then I guess a lot of the comments were like, see, this is why I don't let my man have girlfriends and stuff like that. I don't think that's the issue because whether it's going to be that friend or another woman, regardless, he's going to date who he wants to date. He's going to be with who he wants to be with. And if he's with you, then he wants to be with you for that moment. If he cheats on you, he was going to do that regardless. Like
With somebody, with the friend, with the next bitch, with whoever.
so
Yeah.
you can't stop people and try to create situations to stop somebody from doing something. Like that person has to want to not do that. Like you
Yeah.
can't you can't be like, "Oh, he can't have girlfriends because they might be too close and then he might end up liking her."
That was
If
gonna
that's his
happen
soul
regardless.
if that's
Yeah.
his fucking soulmate, I'd rather him be with her anyway, to be honest. Like, yes,
Waste
it
your
might be
time.
hurtful to me, but like maybe you're not for me then. Like if I
Hmm.
have to protect you from all these women just so I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Like people are like really outraged about him marrying his best friend. And it's like, but that's what we all want, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who's our best fucking friend.
Ideally, right? That's what,
Yeah.
girl, I've been back on Hinge, and that's what all the niggas say. Best friend, best friend. Bullshit. Y'all don't want a best friend. Y'all niggas just want somebody to fuck on. But but no, truly, ideally, that's what most people want, a best friend.
Is a best friend, and he has
Yeah.
found somebody who he's been best friends with for 41 years, and maybe the and it could have they could have not even thought of each other in that sense. Maybe they did think each other were attractive, but not even cross that line during their marriage. And
Hmm.
then, okay, like I've been in this marriage for 27 years. This clearly wasn't what I wanted. Like now I'm free. Maybe I should tap into you. Maybe we should try
And explores
and
the
explore.
romantic side. But so for me, I feel like that would be mad awkward, right?
It would.
Just being close, like I have male friends, so being having somebody that I've put in the friend zone, and can you imagine for 40 plus years you put this person in the friend zone and then try to create something romantic with them? I just feel like I would be mad awkward. That's like me trying to like, or I don't even want to use me as an example, but like you kissing your brother or some shit. Like when you have that type of friendship, like that's like a, I don't know if it's more like a sibling thing, but in my mind, that's what it's like. So to try
Mhm.
to then create something romantic, I just feel like for me, it would be slightly awkward. But I guess if whatever, I don't know, maybe it works for them. Obviously, it works for them. They're engaged or whatever. Um,
Possibly.
but I feel like it would be awkward. Awkward.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would do anything like that, but like I'm like if he has found his person and like that's like if I truly feel like this is the person for me,
Yeah.
fuck y'all opinions.
Mind your business, internet, for real.
Fuck y'all opinions. Like this is the person for me. If it works out, cool. If it doesn't, guess what? You ain't gotta go through it.
Honestly, I support it. I support anybody that's out here in the love game right now,
Healthy
happy
love.
having healthy love. Cause bitch, I want it. I desire some healthy love.
Yeah.
So shout out to Blair Underwood and his new girl, his best friend, his new fiance. And
Period.
hopefully that Desiree can find some happiness somewhere.
Yeah, let that man go. Clearly.
Yeah.
He went for you.
Yeah.
Um I lost my train of thought. Anyways, this week, guys, we are going to talk about what are we going to talk about? We're going to have 5 scenarios. We got 5 scenarios from some reality television TV, some guilty pleasure TV that we always look at.
Yeah.
And they're kind of toxic, some of them are. And we're going to discuss like certain scenes
Mhm.
and kind of do a let's unpack this type of thing. So we'll discuss like the toxic nick damn, why I can't talk today, the toxicness of it, and then we'll also talk about how the healthy way of handling these situations. All right.
Or our healthy version.
Our healthy version, I
Because
guess.
once
Well,
again, we are not professionals. We just
and
do
we are
this
not
shit.
perfect.
We just do this shit for fun. So
Mm.
we just do this for fun, entertainment. So yeah, our version of a healthy outcome.
Yeah. So our first scenario, this one is I can't talk today. This one has been pretty popular lately. It's from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I believe.
Hmm. Or I think it's like whatever reunion bullshit that
No,
the
I
Love and
think
Hip Hop.
you told
This
me
is
that this is actual like Love and Hip
Love and
Hop
Hip Hop.
Atlanta.
Okay.
It was the last episode.
You
I
really
really
can't
can't
talk,
talk.
bitch. Get it together. Words.
It was the last episode of this current season, I guess. Girl, I didn't even know they had a season going on.
Why is
Anyways,
it still going? Mona is gonna get her checks.
girl, she doing anyways, don't let me get distracted. This was the most recent episode, the last episode of the most current season. And it was between Scrappy and his mama, also named Mama D. All
D.
right.
Mama D.
Do you want to discuss this scene? Because I feel like you have a better grasp on like what actually went on.
Sure. So I don't know what really led up to the moment, but it was a clip that I seen on Instagram, and it was just going around where Scrappy was basically going off on Mama D. Like, had a full blown like blow up moment. He was very furious. So I think what may have led up to it, over time, Mama D had been saying things about Scrappy's wife, Bambi, on the internet and to other people, and basically just telling his personal business to the world, what seemed like. And it hurt Scrappy. It hurt his feelings. And maybe when he addressed Mama D or something, like the conversation went sideways, and it led to them not speaking for some time. And they were having like some little party shindig thing with the
It was
cast
a
members.
Yeah, it was like a Grammy party for Spice or whatever because she had got nominated for a Grammy.
Okay.
Mhm.
And there is when they had seen each other, I guess, for the first time in a while, and Mama D was trying to have a conversation with Scrappy. And basically, it just blew up to this whole situation where Scrappy was bringing up his childhood and basically saying that Mama D could have done a better job as a mom. Basically, that he was raised in a whorehouse, crack house. The environment that he grew up in was unsafe for kids, shit, unsafe for adults, and how that traumatized him. And Mama D basically just refused to take any accountability for the situation. Overtalk Scrappy, just disregard his feelings, his emotions, and it turned into a big altercation. Like, Scrappy was to the point where he was physically like having to like punch the wall and throw chairs and do things because he was so angry. And even through all his anger, like, he still couldn't get through to her, like, just take some accountability for this
Mhm.
situation. Like, I am the child in this situation, you are the mother, and I know that you did the best. And he even said, I still love my mama. And that's the part, like, he's still trying to show her the slightest bit of respect, even though he had this extremely like traumatizing childhood.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it the scene, if you haven't seen it, please go look at the scene because it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. But I wanted to like bring this up because so many people go through this shit with their parents. And because the generation that our parents grew up in, they feel like they're entitled to certain things, or not just certain things, but they're entitled to respect, but don't always give the respect. And that is a two-way street. Whether you are a parent, a teacher, any type of authority figure in someone's life, respect is still a two-way street. And for whatever reason, parents don't think that that is applicable to them.
Yeah, it's almost it's almost like they feel like it's inherent to just being a parent that they're entitled there it's the entitlement, the privilege to
Get
to
respect.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very toxic in a sense because especially as like your children are adults now, right? And like,
Absolutely.
yes, I can never take the parent title away from you. You are always going to be my mama or you are always going to be my daddy. I can't take that from you.
Yeah.
However, as an adult, you have to respect the decisions that I make and how I'm running my household now. Like, you don't have authority over that anymore. Yes, you
Mm-mm.
can give me guidance and talk to me and stuff like that, but as my mother, your job, I don't want to say is done, but like the
But it
first
is.
part of it is done.
Yeah.
Like you got me
Yeah.
to where I needed to be. Now
Mm-hmm.
just be here for me when I need to get some shit off, I guess. For
It's
some
like
guidance. When I want to come back to you for some guidance.
it's like having a consultant for your business, like, that you
Yeah.
just go back to occasionally to get like some advice, some guidance for, but you don't necessarily need them all the time. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Um and I guess one part that was like that touched me too is how like your childhood trauma literally carries into your adult relationships because told his mom, he was like, "You know why I treat my wife how I treat her?
Mm-hmm.
It's because of the environment that I grew up in." I'm trying to tell you that. And the part that hurt me is that she wasn't open to understanding where he was coming from.
Yeah.
and she was very shut off from that because I think in her head she did the best she could do, which is fine. You did the best you could do, but hear me out and understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Understand why I am the way I am today and why I'm so hurt. Like why I'm telling you that I'm so hurt and damaged because of how I grew up. And I don't necessarily need your sorries. I just need you to understand like
Why?
why
Yeah.
and just take accountability like yes that happened, yes that's your perspective, like just you know.
One part that really aggravated me was that Mama D, like Scrappy was like, I'm hurt, like I'm hurting. And Mama D was like, well, I'm hurt too. He was like, well,
Mm,
blame that on your mama. Blame that shit on your mama and daddy. Don't blame that shit on me. I'm still your child and you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Like, take
mhm.
accountability for that. But don't blame me for the shit that you went through. Blame your parents for that shit and deal with that shit.
Mm,
The fuck, Pedro?
now see why I
and
got
deal
issues with him.
and deal with that shit. But like, and that's another thing. Like, as parents, you have got to take accountability for your shit. Like, and don't be blaming that on nobody else. Like, we all fucked up from our parents. Let's start breaking this shit. Let's start breaking these cycles. And that's what Scrappy is trying to do. He's trying to
Mhm.
heal, deal with this shit the right way, and break these cycles. But what you're not gonna do is continue to come over here and spill this toxic shit into my life because you can set boundaries. There will be limits to where you can't reach me or my family if you're
Mm.
gonna be negative and be toxic. Period. And I don't want to
Right.
hear that, oh, po me, oh, he hurt me, oh, he disrespectful, oh, he don't love me. I will be all of those things before I allow you to keep coming over here with that bullshit.
And damaging me.
Yeah.
Yes. So another part too that I was looking at is like Bambi and how she was, for the most part, like she says she tries to stay out of it and like
Hmm.
not because she already feels bad because she feels like she's the person that has like put so much strain on their relationship and why they aren't speaking and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So if you were the spouse, like how would you handle that situation?
I think Bambi is doing a perfect job of handling it the best way that she can. Mama D clearly don't like that girl.
Mm-mm.
And so I think that she is respectful as she can be. Like I said, that shit's a two-way street. And that's your mama. That ain't my mama. So
So
let's be clear. So she's doing a really good job
she was
because
so calm when she was talking to her. She was like, "Mama
yeah,
D, he's hurt. Listen to him. He's hurt. Look at him. He's hurt."
he's hurt. Like, come on, take some accountability here. Can we please? No, she
Mhm.
can't. Mama D really is. She probably done had some shit. Like, she's probably had a shit life.
Mhm.
And she's just doing the best that she can. And I give her grace. I give her grace at the same time, in the same damn breath. While I give you this grace, you also need to take some accountability for the shit that you've done.
Absolutely. And I really think it's that generation too, because like a lot of
Stubborn, just stubborn.
yeah, a lot of the conversations that I've been having with my mom and like about her mom, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's the same stuff. It's like I'm telling you, in my childhood, this has damaged me in my adulthood.
Yeah.
And the mama is like, I don't see how.
I
You're not
can't
trying to
relate.
see
I
how.
can't relate. Oh,
Basically,
it wasn't me. Oh well, fuck it. Tough titty, grow up. The fuck? Like, don't see the issue in it. No.
it's just it's not that I want you to change anything. At this point, you can't
You
change
can't
shit.
change shit. There's nothing you can do except acknowledge it, take accountability, maybe apologize.
Maybe.
Like, that's it. And move the fuck forward.
That's it.
That's all
But
we be wanting at the end of the day. Take some accountability and maybe a simple apology and to try to do better moving forward.
that's it.
But niggas, that's a hard pill to swallow for niggas.
We gotta break that. All right, we ain't gonna spend too much time on this
Cause
anymore.
we could sit here and talk about this the whole damn episode.
Yes.
Moving on.
Okay. We probably won't get to all five. But anyways, scenario two. This is Love is Blind, and we kind of talked about this in a previous episode. It might have been the one before this, but honestly, I don't even know anymore because we're doing
Girl.
bi-weekly. So this is the Cutie Gate episode with Zenab and did I say that right? Zenab
Zenab.
and Cole.
Off of Love Is Blind,
Office Love
season
is
3.
Blind, season 3. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this episode, basically where it started from is the reunion where Zenab was telling Cole like he was basically a shitty human and he's to blame for all her fucking insecurities. And they're lucky that they didn't show the cutie episode, like, because that would have really damaged
His
uh his
reputation.
reputation or
Yeah.
whatever. So Netflix was petty and they were. And
Netflix
they
was hella petty.
showed the cutie gate episode, the scene, the cutie scene.
Mm.
And in this scene, Zenup and Cole were talking. Zenup was discussing how, like, he wanted to go visit. No, did I say Zenup? Cole
Mm-hmm.
was discussing how he wanted to go visit Zenup's family because they're in England or all over Europe or whatever. And to be honest, Zenup was really kind of,
Dismissive.
no. Yeah, very
Dismissive.
dismissive, not very inviting. And he's like very happy, like, we're engaged, like, I want to go visit your family, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets to a point where now they're talking about food because they're gonna go eat later on. And like Zenup is like peeling fruit and stuff and eating it or whatever. And Cole, what happened? Zenup mentioned that she hadn't ate all day or something like that. And Cole was like, what? Why haven't you ate all day? I offered you a poke bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, I didn't want that because we had that last night. Very passive aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
We had that last night or whatever. And uh Cole was like, well, you better save your appetite because we about to eat all basically all this
We
damn
about to have a
food
big
for dinner.
dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. And literally that was the end of the scene. But she took that scene and she made it seem like
He was body shaming her, calling her
watching her.
fat,
Yeah.
watching what she ate, like all kinds of crazy shit. Blew the whole situation up like he was a bad person.
Yes. And for me, a lot of this brings up to me gaslighting, manipulations, insecurities prior to the relationship that you're trying to bring in a relationship, and incompatibility, honestly, because I felt like they were already incompatible and they were trying to make it work when
It wasn't gonna fit.
this wasn't gonna work.
The shoe was a size too small and she was
Yes.
forcing her foot in it. Honestly, I think she knew that from the jump. I think she was doing that shit for the clout at that point, and
Oh,
she just seemed very mean to him, like in that scene. But in any other time, she was trying to be a victim, but behind the scenes, she was really a bitch. Like,
very much so.
yeah, and even not always behind the scenes, like even in the episodes where like she was like complaining and nagging him about like picking his stuff up, and just the way that she went about it, it was just this very passive aggressive way. Like, bitch, if you want me to pick up my clothes, just say, hey babe, can you pick up your clothes? You know, it would really be nice if I didn't have to step over blah blah blah. Bitch, just tell me to pick the shit up.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm tired of stepping on these goddamn clothes.
Pick this shit up.
Pick this shit up.
Like, the fuck.
Mm.
People get on my
Like,
nerves.
that passive aggressive shit is for the birds. And
Like,
sometimes I get it with some people, you got to be passive aggressive because they be sensitive. But I don't like doing that.
I can be passive aggressive with my 11-year-old. I'm not going to be passive aggressive with a grown adult.
Right.
Like, no, I'm not.
Right.
Mean what you say what you mean, and yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
But honestly, all this scene really brought to light to me is that honestly, not to say Cole wasn't the issue because it very much he could have contributed to it somehow, some way, being that he was a very playful and very like childlike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to say childlike like because he was younger than her, like in his mid-20s. So I think he was who he was, right? I
Mm-hmm.
just think that Zenub was trying to just fit a square in a circle, and that just wasn't gonna work. I feel like Zenub needs somebody who's more uptight and like got his head on his shoulders and like one of those
Mm-hmm.
type of people. But Cole is like very free spirited, free flowing, and that don't mesh with her.
Yeah,
at all.
not a great match at all. Homegirl was
Yeah.
trying to make it work, but she was, yeah, that whole situation. If I was Cole in that situation, I think that maybe the type of personality that he had, it really did impact him because I don't think that he had intentions on being bad. But honestly,
No.
in that situation, I would just be like, fuck that bitch. Like, I know what I did. I know what I said. You ain't about to sit here and try to gaslight me and make me believe I did some shit I ain't do. Bitch, you are crazy. And he asked her in one of the scenes, "Are you bipolar?" And I think that she might have very well had some type of chemical
Girl.
imbalance in her brain.
Which brings up another thing too. After the reunion and everything, after the cutie gate scene that they showed, she posts on Instagram this piss poor fucking apology that she has
That wasn't
now.
an apology. That was more of her game.
She deleted it and then rewrote it too.
Mm, yeah.
She said this is an apology for the internet, and basically she said what she said. Okay, stand by it, child, but don't you turning off the comments because you don't want to hear the truth.
I said what I said,
Mm,
and I'm happy the internet lit her ass up too.
they did, even
Yeah.
even if it wasn't on her page.
What would have been like a healthier way to handle that situation?
From Cole's perspective or Zenob's perspective?
I'm probably gonna just say from Cole's perspective, because Zenith is the villain.
From Cole's perspective, I think Cole did do it, and I think he addressed it the best way he could have. Like, because when he did feel bothered about something, he was like, clearly something's like clearly there's something off.
And I
Like,
think he
so
did a good job throughout the episode communicating. Like, am
yeah.
I missing something? Like,
No, I think
yeah,
Cole did great, and that was one thing. Remember, I kept saying throughout the whole thing, like, there's something about Cole that I like. Like,
yeah.
I
Hmm.
kept going back to that. As childlike as he was, like, there was this serious tone that he had where, like,
He
I
has
could see
potential.
him.
I think in a few more years that he, after doing some growing and maybe going to some counseling or something, that he has
Hmm.
potential to be really great. Because he communicated well. I will give
Very
him that.
well.
He communicated well. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think from his perspective, he did the best with the tools that he had.
do the best I
Um,
can with what I got.
Yeah, because the way she handled him, because it wasn't very direct, it was like hard to like read her. It was very
Hmm.
hard to read her. And so how she took that scene and she spun it to what it was, I'm sure he was blindsided by that.
I
Like,
think
what?
so. Yeah, I think
You
so.
took that to this? Like, so it was hard to read her. So I feel like he handled it the best way he could have. And I think it was best that she said no
I think
at
he was
the wedding.
blindsided by even her saying no at the altar.
'Cause
Um,
she not direct.
yeah, I think she was blindsided by that part also. And then just the way that she did it, once again, it was like it's for a show. Like it was just, do they just be finding people that are like aspiring actresses and
They
shit?
find
Like they don't,
popular sometimes they are people who are aspiring to be in this industry somehow, some way.
like
And
where do they do this shit at? Where are the casting? Can y'all get some real niggas?
sometimes it be just popular people with a big following because they want the audience, right? They don't want to have to get just a regular Joe Schmo and this regular person, like,
Mm, I
and have
guess.
to find an audience if they already have an audience.
But
So
Brennan, I feel like he wasn't popping before.
who?
Brennan,
Which one is
the
that? Oh,
one, the
yeah. So I feel like not everybody is like that.
but they do find a few that are
Mhm.
like somewhat like Raven, like her Pilates stuff. Like she
Mhm.
probably had a good following.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Um.
Anyway, on to the next one.
On to the next scenario. The next scenario, which I don't think either one of us have followed this all the way through, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. So it is Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we're gonna talk about Portia and Simon Guobadia. And what's that other girl name? The ex-wife is Fallon. Fallon Guobadia, or she not Guobadia anymore because she the ex.
Some people still keep their name after they get divorced. Not
She
I
right,
though. I would change my shit right the fuck back.
girl. I'm not holding on to nobody's name. I say that, but anyways. Um anyways, I want to talk about this because the scenario is on the show Fallon and Portia allegedly, and this goes back to how do these they pick these people, right? So Fallon and Portia allegedly were friends on the show,
Mm-hmm.
and Portia brought Fallon in to the show or whatever. And Fallon at the time was married to Simon Guabadia, who's this Nigerian guy, rich guy. After the show, I guess Fallon and Simon break up at some point, and now Portia is engaged like maybe a month after they filed for divorce or something. She's engaged to Simon now.
Keep going.
So the whole thing is this breaking girl code? Because the story is also that Portia and Fallon weren't really friends, because when they cast these people, they find them and they bring them in, and they have to link them to people on the show to create these storylines. And
Yeah.
so there was a storyline for her and Portia and them being friends or something like
But in
that.
reality they were not real friends. It was
They
just
weren't.
Bravo doing what Bravo does,
Yes.
and that's how they, like, I guess, brought her to the show, is through
Yes.
Portia.
Yes.
Okay.
But throughout the show too, you do see Portia and Fallon and Simon's house, at the house, being introduced. Hey guys, this is my husband Simon. Hey Simon. All in the pool, Simon right there. So they all hanging out together. Um, they're all hanging out together. But still, allegedly, they're not really friends.
In real life, but as far as Bravo purposes go,
Yes.
they friends.
Yes.
Um,
And this kind of relates back to the whole Blair Underwood thing, kind of, sort of. But
it
this isn't a
does.
best friend. But this is allegedly a friend, associate, marrying your ex husband type of thing.
This scenario is slightly different though, because it's like the girls are friends. It's not like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, here, me and you are friends, and then you still my husband,
Mm-hmm.
type of deal. Like, this one's slightly different. I don't know. I think Portia might be in the wrong on this, friend. Like, I think Portia might be in the wrong. If in fact they were some type of friend, associate, whatever.
You think even if they were associates, she's still wrong?
If they associates, then probably no. Like, if it's like, okay, let's say a coworker, because if they doing this for Bravo, technically they're coworkers, right? Or co-host or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Technically
Yeah.
they're coworkers. So let's say, for example, maybe they wasn't friends in real life, but Bravo said, "Hey, we want you to be the one to introduce Fallon to the show. So
Yep.
let's bring her in. Y'all go out, you go to her house, do this, and then this is how we'll introduce this particular cast member to the show." Um, in that case, if they just coworkers, moral code, ethically, I would feel bad.
I would
Like,
feel uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, if this was truly like the love of my life,
then I'll be like, fuck it.
but
Like,
like I would have to, you would have to feel that. So I've never felt that before, but I personally would feel uncomfortable being, if I like was introduced to this person before, have been to your house before, hung out with y'all before. That feels uncomfortable to
yeah,
me.
it's uneasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
I mean,
awkward. It's not a comfortable feeling to be in, because it looks like you stole this girl's man.
however, there are rumors too that Fallon had cheated on Simon and she was already pregnant or something. And
This is just a lot. It's just a lot going on. So in this situation, I don't know what Portia could have done to ease the blow, because social media was gonna drag her regardless. It because it looks messy. It
And
just
she
yeah.
understood that. She understood, I know these people are not gonna like me because of the perception and how it looks.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, me and this man are in love. I love him. Me and this girl were not friends.
That's a gray area. We don't know. We
We
don't
don't.
yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know. So that's a
Yeah.
gray area. Um
But
and then
she knew that
also
people would look at it crazy.
it looks crazy, and then it also looks crazy from a standpoint that it was so quick.
Yeah.
Like they were like engaged 2 weeks after, like the way the timelines were lining up,
Yeah.
it wasn't giving what I was expecting for it to give. And then why
Yeah.
so quick? Which leads me to think, was something going on prior to?
Mm,
Because it just moved so quickly.
mhm.
I'm not about to meet somebody and 2 weeks later be engaged. Bitch, if I do, you need to check on me. Check on me. If
Mm.
I meet a nigga in a 6 month time frame, be like, oh bitch, I'm engaged. I'm about to get married. Cause you know that's not me.
It's not in either of our nature, especially as slow as I move.
Like, that's not me. You need to come check on me. Be like, bitch, blink twice if you need help.
Get out.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not doing that.
It was pretty fast. But who am I to say that? I don't know. Well, especially when you get up in that age, shit move a lot faster.
Yeah, friend, shit. How old are we? Shit,
I'm
hey.
about to start moving fast, bitch. I'm gonna go from having no boyfriends to about 15 of them real quick, so I can figure out, all right, who gonna be my forever? I'm probably not, but we'll see.
You lying straight through your teeth. Go on.
Long as
Yeah.
y'all know. Anyways,
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know how I feel about that. We can move on to the next one because
Yeah, we'll move
yeah.
on to the next one. Scenario for love. We're going back to Love Is Blind. Should I? No, yeah, I'll go
Mm,
to Love Is Blind.
okay.
All right, Love Is Blind. Raven and SK. So
Oh my god.
y'all know that these we praise these people down.
We
These are
this
our
is our favorite couple.
favorite couple, the most realistic in everything. Bitch, my feet are cold. The most realistic couple in everything. So probably after we even did our episode, allegations start coming out that SK had been dating this I ain't even gonna do all that. He was
Do it,
dating
do it, do it,
no,
do it.
they ain't about to cancel me. This nope, they ain't about to cancel me.
This
Dating
what?
another
Say
woman.
it, say it,
You
say
say
it.
it.
I don't know what you about to say. Say it.
I ain't about to say it either. So we
Oh,
just ain't
okay.
gonna know. Dating another woman while he was allegedly dating Raven after the show, or
Mm-hmm.
dating at the same time. I don't know. But they were together. So the reunion, Raven and SK, um, rewind. On the show, Raven and SK said no to each other, or SK said no to Raven, rather.
Yeah.
Um, Raven was very distraught, whatever. I'm assuming after they parted ways, and then ended up linking back together because at the reunion, that's when they showed everybody that they're actually dating again.
Mm-hmm.
So at the reunion a month or so ago, they were dating again. But then these allegations started coming out on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever about him dating this other woman named Hannah. Now,
Receipts was being thrown out and everything. Girl.
now I'll give you kind of a timeline. So Love is Blind season 3 was recorded in April, May of 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
The show actually came out. When did it come out? October, November of this year?
I think October.
October 2022 of this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. And they actually filmed the reunion in October of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the timeline with Hannah, I watched this little girl. It was an hour long. I listened to it.
Why? Why are you so invested?
to get these alligators, because I need to know, bitch, what kind of timeline you got. And
Mhm.
this was helping me trying to make sense of everything, right? So
Okay.
this girl Hannah, who is alleged to have been with SK, she said she met him 2019 and they dated 2019, 2020.
Mhm.
In early 2020 they broke up. Cool. And I think they were on again, off again. But I don't think it was on again, off again as in they were in a relationship, but they were on again, off again as they would see each other, go away, see each other, go away type of
Okay.
thing. Um while her, I think this was before they broke, no, when they broke up, SK had showed Hannah a flyer of Love is Blind or whatever. And she says SK asked her, "You think I should go on this?" And Hannah was like, "Ha ha, ha, yeah." Okay. But
Mhm.
she allegedly didn't think nothing of it or whatever. So fast forward, SK goes missing for a couple of weeks. They're not dating at this time. SK goes missing for a couple weeks. And so she called his friend, like, "Well, I ain't been able to get in contact with SK. Like, where he at?"
Where he at? Yeah.
Or whatever. And the friend is like, "He just gonna be gone for a couple weeks. Like when he get back, he'll talk to you. He'll tell you all about it. Whatever."
Yeah.
So late July, August 2021. I told you the show was filmed April, May 2021.
Mhm.
Late July, August 2021. SK is back now. And him and Hannah go to Spain or whatever. And while they're in Spain, I don't think they directly talked about Love is Blind. But while he was in Spain, she saw like a pinned message that said fiance or whatever in his phone or whatever. Okay. They're still not in a relationship, but they are on this trip together or whatever in Spain, Ibiza. So she confronts him and he tells her about the show, but he's like, "Raven isn't my type. It's fake or whatever, blah blah blah." And Hannah is like,
Allegedly.
allegedly. And Hannah is like, "Well, if it's fake, then like she shouldn't have no reason to like not meet me or whatever. Like I want to meet her, something like that."
Mhm.
Or whatever. While on the trip, Hannah stalks Raven and finds her page and randomly just starts liking photos or whatever.
Girls are so weird.
And this is where we're gonna talk about the toxicness of the shit.
Ugh.
She starts liking Raven's photos or whatever, but she see Raven, I guess, fiance text SK back like, "Who is this? Like, who is this?" or whatever. And SK told Hannah like, "Girl, you looking crazy. I told you like I'll handle it, and you over here, you being crazy or
Yeah.
whatever." So after the trip, SK ends up going to school and like him and Hannah don't talk until like I guess they talk off and on, but they're not talking consistently
Consistent. Yeah.
until like spring of 2022. And um she he invited her to go to Cabo or whatever. And between this little break too, I guess she had blocked him from text messages, blocked him on Instagram because of the whole Raven situation or whatever, or the fiance situation or
Mhm.
whatever. Um so he invited her to Cabo. They go to Cabo or whatever. Um and I think they get back from the trip and I don't think they really talk then or whatever. And then that's when the show comes out. She finds out that oh well Raven might be a real thing or whatever. And then I guess she felt the need to tell everybody because she didn't want Raven and her to be played and wanted everybody to know the real SK, I guess. Child. And that's it. That's the story.
That's
That's
the
her story
timeline. Mm.
and her timeline. So how do you feel about the timeline and the whole situation?
I think first of all that social media blew the shit up way out of proportion,
I think so too.
and I think that if SK and Raven were trying to work things out, that the whole blow up with the media thing really screwed things up for them. Just because the way the timelines work, these are single people, they are allowed to date other people, and for whatever reason the internet don't understand that, and they think, he cheating on Raven,
He was engaged.
he engaged, I'm still rooting for SK and Raven, and I hope that after all the hype dies down and all this legal stuff that they may have going on with Netflix. I don't know exactly what the legal stuff is that they have going on, but I hope that once that dies down, that they are actually able to have a conversation and at least at the end of the day still be friends, because I really was rooting for them. I really was. I still am. I still have hope. But I think that bitch was being messy low key, honestly, because she know the timelines wasn't adding up, and bitch, call it what it is. Y'all wasn't together like that. Like y'all was fucking around. You went on a few trips. Have fun. Let it be that. Like at this point, to me, it just looks shady on her behalf. In my opinion, it just looks shady. Like she was just trying to get in on some of the attention and just try to make a name and just make this big stir for no reason. Because you know what it is, sis. Like you know what it is. When he want to go on a trip and have some fun, he call you. Did he call you any other time?
We don't know that, friend. We don't know that.
I'm
No,
just saying.
I feel sort of the same way. The timeline for the most part, like no, not for the most part. They weren't together. After
They were
2020
not.
when they broke up, they were not together. This girl and SK were not together. Yes, he may have been calling her, entertaining her and stuff like that, but
Cause niggas.
they were not in a relationship.
I
And it's
know.
not like he didn't tell you he went on this show. He told you he went on this show. Now you might be upset because contractually he probably couldn't tell you the ins and outs
All of the
of
stuff.
this thing.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And then I'm not blaming all of her because with SK2, like he probably shouldn't have. Maybe he just didn't know where Raven and him was going, and that's why he continued to entertain this girl.
Because
Um,
at that point he was still single. I'm
yeah,
not faulting him for that. He was still
yeah,
single. If he want to go out and do single shit, he was allowed to because he was not
absolutely.
technically in any committed relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. And the whole exposure thing, she claims she wants to help other women and blah 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 and stuff like that.
Girl,
Save it because
you could have just messaged Raven directly and saved the
you don't
bullshit.
even need to message Raven. If you are not with SK, you are not with SK. If you don't want to be with SK, don't be with SK. Why you got to message Raven? If SK and Raven got something good going on, you don't need to come. I personally don't ever feel the need, like, I've been the other woman. I never feel the need to go interject on somebody else's relationship because if he want to be with me, he will be with me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
don't like
But
if
if
their
it
relationship is gonna go to shit, it's gonna go to shit. It ain't got. I don't have to be the one to go hurt her feelings and let her know that she probably already know the relationship is shit.
if it was truly that though, like, and that's what you was just trying to do, like, you didn't have to put it on the internet.
Social media.
Like,
Now you've embarrassed all of us.
you embarrassed everybody, everybody looks stupid in the whole situation. So, and even though that may not be the way you have went about it, like if she really wanted to just be looking out for this girl and be like, yo, let me just give her a heads up just to so she don't get hurt, you do that directly to that person. You
Yeah,
don't do it on the internet and tag Love is Blind or whatever the fuck. Like, why would you do that? That
you
at that
don't.
point it's for attention.
Yeah, like what's the
Like,
point? What's the point?
yeah, at
How
that
you
point
help
it is
other
for
girls
attention.
is you can let them know your story without letting them know the people that was
The
involved in the story.
exactly.
This is my experience. This is what I went through. Don't do what I did.
Exactly. At that point, like I said, a lot of times these things are done for attention.
It's a
Somebody who
lot of
is
shit.
seeking attention, validation, and just that little bit of a limelight. And that's all it was for, honestly,
Yeah,
truly.
there be so many people we can expose, but guess what? Y'all, y'all better be glad I ain't crazy,
I'm about to start acting like a crazy bitch while y'all
because them
playing.
hoes be winning. Anyways, moving on. We're gonna tackle this last one. Scenario 5. I don't know if y'all remember the show, The Ultimatum. This shit was so fucking messy.
It was a
This show,
spinoff of
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
So yeah, this show is so fucking messy. This show is basically relationships that were already together, and basically they were split
Facing
apart.
ultimatums within their relationship.
Yeah. They were split apart, and this now the single there was not new single people, but when the relationships are split apart, they're single, and now they can intermingle with each other and date other people within the other relationships,
That
right?
shit was
Fine.
toxic from the jump, bro.
It
It was
was
toxic from
because
the jump.
you can see your partner over there talking to
Dating other people.
yeah, and so anyways,
Mm-mm.
at the end of the show, you would live with what was it? You would live with them for a month, live with the new person that you found for like a couple weeks, then turn around and live back with your partner
For a
for
couple weeks
a
and
couple
then
weeks.
decide who you wanted to be with.
Yeah, make an ultimatum. I'm marry, go with this other person, or
Or
stay with
leave
you,
by
or something like
myself.
that.
Or
Or
leave by
yeah,
yourself.
leave by yourself, something like that.
Hmm.
Anyway, there was this one couple on there, Lauren and Nathan. And I can't vividly remember everything about them, but one thing I do remember is that Lauren didn't want any kids and Nathan did. And
And that
that
was
was
like
like,
a deal breaker for that girl. That was why they was having an ultimatum.
yeah, and
Hmm.
that was like the biggest thing or whatever. And so when they were separated and trying to find new people, which they found new people, um, and they were about to go live with them, they were all sitting at this table. And so there was this other toxic relationship where this man gets up and proposes to his wife. He was like, "I'm fuck this shit. I'm about to marry you. I want to marry her.
This ain't for me. I'm about to marry my girl. Fuck all
Yeah,
this
fuck this.
shit.
I don't need her to go live with nobody else. I'm about to marry my girl." Right?
Hmm.
All right. Lauren and Nathan, right? Nathan has already he at the table. He whispered something. Do you remember this part?
I remember this part vividly, yes.
He whispered to the person he was dating. Which one was it? I can't remember. He whispered something to somebody and
Hmm.
basically was like, "I'ma choose you."
Yeah. He told
He's
the girl that he was with, like, I'm not gonna go back to my girl. I'm gonna choose you.
"I'ma choose you."
Hmm.
So they going down the line, right? And it gets to him or her. I can't remember who it got to first.
I think it got to him first.
It gets to him. And now all of a sudden he has this change of heart.
Within a 5 second time span, yo.
5 seconds. He like, "Fuck this. I want to marry you now." And now this looks like a show that he's putting on because there's already been one couple
One
that's already done.
proposal. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you stealing the shine from somebody else. And now all of a sudden you want to marry this girl when you adamantly want kids and she does not. And you know
Hmm.
that's like your fucking deal breaker. And so he gets down on one knee and he proposes to her and she says yes and they leave. And I was like, that is so fucking toxic. Because how all of a sudden, because you see her liking on somebody else, you want to marry her when you said that because she doesn't want kids, that's like a deal breaker.
Not you said liking on somebody else.
No, what else am I supposed to say? That's what she was doing. She was liking on somebody else.
um,
How do you feel about this, child?
it just seemed desperate. It was given desperate to me. And honestly, in that situation, if I was what's the girl named Lauren?
Lauren?
I wouldn't have accepted, just because, like, if you know deep down inside what you want and what doesn't align with what you want, then why are we even here? Honestly, why did y'all even come on the show? Why are y'all even still together? At this point, y'all just need to be like, okay, romantically, this isn't a match. Like, maybe we can still be friends. Maybe we can still have some type of connection with each other, but romantically, this isn't it, because what we want romantically does not align. Like, so it's clearly not gonna work. People gotta stop doing
Yeah.
that shit. Stop forcing shit, yo. For real.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of doing it. Stop.
I know.
Get
Just
comfortable with yourself.
just to be in a relationship.
Honestly, girl, I get it. I'm about to just I'm about to start forcing it.
Don't do it. Reconsider. No, friend, I don't think that's the life for us. I really do. Well, it's not the life of me.
It
I
ain't the
just
life for me either. That's why I'm sitting over here by myself drinking my wine, talking to you.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Like, that's why I'm sitting right here
I
doing the
can't
same
do
shit
it.
that I'm continuing to do because I can't do it either, friend.
Not for the sake of a relationship. I
Mm-mm.
cannot do it. I have enough love around me that I would love a partner. I'm going to get a partner. But like I'm not going to settle. I'm not selling.
Yeah, I think we've beat this horse one too many times. Like that's what we not gonna do over here on You Need a Therapist pod. For them other hoes on the ultimatum, Lauren, if she want to settle and have that baby, she can do that. But what we not gonna do over here at You Need a Therapist is settle for no bullshit. Bitch, if I want to have no more kids, I ain't have no motherfucking kids.
And you're not going to make my life motherfucking miserable
The only
because you
way
want
I'm
a
having some
kid.
more babies is if I don't have to go to work. If I can be a stay-at-home mama, then I will have all the kids you want me to have.
And that would be a conversation you have with your husband and he got to be like, "Okay, I can do that. We can
Hmm.
do this."
But I'm not working and having more children. I'm sorry. It's not feasible. It is not.
Girl, cuz you got enough kids at work.
It's not feasible for me. I can't do that.
Uh,
So yeah.
no. Yeah.
Oh, are we done with them niggas? Cause I'm ready to go.
Yes, I'm done with them. Also,
All right.
you ain't do your little spiel from the beginning.
Oh, watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I hope these niggas know by now that they need to watch us on YouTube. I'm gonna start talking to y'all crazy like that. I apologize. It's been a
Girl,
rough
fuck
week.
them.
It's been a rough week, y'all. I am sorry. I'm gonna start talking to y'all nice because I be getting on raving about talking to y'all nice. So I'm gonna talk to y'all nice. But yeah, it's been a rough week. A bitch is tired. I'm ready to go. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode though. It's a little something a little different, a little unpack this full episode. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully we did a good job of entertaining you niggas tonight. Or whenever you decide to listen. But that's it. I don't have anything else, Ray. Do you?
No.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Please like, subscribe,
Not next
follow.
week, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Sorry. In 2 more weeks. Like, subscribe, share with a homie. And yeah, peace. We will see y'all 2 more weeks. Next week, the following week. Whatever, we'll see y'all.
Bye,
We'll see y'all. Bye.